Howard Carter was an English archaeologist and Egyptologist best known for his discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king of ancient Egypt. Born on May 9, 1874, in Kensington, London, Howard Carter was the youngest of 11 children. His father, Samuel John Carter, was an artist who specialized in portraiture and historical subjects, while his mother, Martha Joyce Sands Carter, was the daughter of a silk merchant. Carter's childhood was marked by illness, and he was often too weak to attend school regularly. He was mostly educated at home by his father and older siblings, who instilled in him a love of art and history. By the age of 17, Carter had developed an interest in archaeology and Egyptology, which he pursued by attending evening classes at the South Kensington Museum, now the Victoria and Albert Museum. Carter's career in archaeology began in 1891 when he was appointed as an assistant to Percy Newberry, an Egyptologist and curator of the Egyptian collection at the South Kensington Museum. He accompanied Newberry on several archaeological expeditions to Egypt, where he gained valuable experience in the field. In 1899, Carter was appointed as the chief inspector of the Egyptian Antiquities Service, a position he held until 1905. Carter's most significant achievement was the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun in 1922. Carter had been working in the Valley of the Kings since 1907, but it wasn't until he was sponsored by Lord Carnarvon in 1914 that he was able to mount a full-scale excavation. After several years of searching, Carter and his team discovered the entrance to the tomb in November 1922. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was a major event in the history of archaeology and captured the public's imagination. Carter was a private person who kept much of his personal life out of the public eye. He never married and had no children. He was known to be a skilled artist and musician, and he enjoyed playing the flute and painting watercolors in his spare time. Carter was also an avid collector of Egyptian artifacts, and he amassed a large collection over the course of his career. After the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, Carter continued to work in Egypt, but he never made another significant discovery. He retired from archaeology in 1935 and returned to England, where he lived out the rest of his life. He died on March 2, 1939, at the age of 64. Carter's legacy is that he was one of the most important Egyptologists of his time, and his discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun remains one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time. He was awarded the Order of the Nile by the Egyptian government in recognition of his contributions to the field of Egyptology. Since Carter's death, there have been several efforts to locate the tomb of Queen Nefertiti, one of the most famous queens of ancient Egypt, which Carter failed to find during his lifetime. In 2015, British Egyptologist Nicholas Reeves proposed that Nefertiti's tomb might be hidden behind a wall in Tutankhamun's tomb, and in 2018, a team of archaeologists led by Reeves conducted a non-invasive survey of the tomb using ground-penetrating radar. The survey revealed that there might be a hidden chamber behind the wall, but further investigation is required to confirm whether it contains Nefertiti's tomb or not. The possible discovery of Nefertiti's tomb has sparked renewed interest in Carter's legacy and the ancient history of Egypt. In 2021, the Egyptian government announced plans to open a new museum dedicated to Tutankhamun and his treasures, which will house many of the artifacts that Carter discovered in his famous excavation. In addition to his work in archaeology, Carter's life has been the subject of several biographies and works of fiction, including the novel, The Egyptologist by Arthur Phillips, and the non-fiction book, The Discovery of the Tomb of Tutankhamun, by Carter himself. Despite his many achievements, Carter was not without his controversies. He was criticized by some of his peers for his unorthodox excavation methods, and there were accusations that he smuggled artifacts out of Egypt. However, his contributions to the field of Egyptology remain undeniable, and his discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb has inspired generations of archaeologists and historians to study the ancient world. One interesting fact about Howard Carter is that he had a superstition about the number 13. He believed that it was an unlucky number and was very careful to avoid it whenever possible. When he discovered Tutankhamun's tomb, he made sure that there were no more than 12 people present at any one time during the excavation. He also refused to allow any photographs to be taken on the 13th step of the staircase leading down to the tomb. Another lesser-known fact about Carter is that he was a self-taught artist and produced many sketches and watercolors during his time in Egypt. His artwork is notable for its accuracy and attention to detail and provides valuable insights into the life and culture of ancient Egypt. Today, Howard Carter's legacy lives on in the many museums and exhibitions around the world that feature his discoveries. The treasures of Tutankhamun's tomb continue to fascinate and inspire people from all walks of life, and the ongoing search for Nefertiti's tomb ensures that Carter's work will remain relevant and exciting for years to come.